Maybe you're an autistic Jewish girl too.
That's hilarious, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like the punchline to the joke. But it's the punchline to the joke.
Figured out that she's Jewish?
What?
We figured out that she's Jewish through genetic testing. So Judaism follows the mother line, the maternal line. Amy's great-grandmother was given up in an orphanage in Nazi Germany. And she has that exact percentage of DNA that is Jewish. So we're trying to get her mother to do a genetic test. If the mother
I'm like
has
a secret Jew
out of Jewish DNA, then it's clear, 100% clear that that line of mother to mother,
yeah.
They're all Jewish.
I was raised believing I was English, Scotch, Irish, Anglo-Saxon, mutt. And then I did 23andMe. Do 23andMe. I did 23andMe. I am 18% Ashkenazi Jew. 18%. And we have no previous knowledge of Jewish ancestry whatsoever. But my great-grandmother grew up in an orphanage. And we have no history about her whatsoever. Ultra-terrestrials are like, he talks about extraterrestrial. Extra implies that they're from somewhere else, from the outside. Extra implies they're from not here, from outside. Ultra-terrestrial.
They're from the doll universe.
They're not necessarily from the outside. They're from here.
Oh, so they're like ascended beings, or
no.
So then they're you, high IQ.
No,
what are
they're not ascended. They look like you and me. They look like you and me. Am I one? I don't know. I was born in Huntsville, Alabama, in the West Wing of Huntsville Hospital in Madison County, Alabama. On a Saturday around midnight, I was born. I don't know. I'm a Virgo. Kyle talks about ultra-terrestrials, and they're from here, but ultra. Why are they so much better? Why are they so much better from here? Ultra. They're from here, but why are they so much better? So the ultra-terrestrials, I'll just tell you. The ultra-terrestrials, I think, have you heard of the P-52s and the P-47s? Do you know what that is? They're us from the future. They're from here. They are you. They are me. They're from here, from the future. P-47 is present plus 47,000 years. P-52 is present plus 52,000 years. And basically there's a calamity, right? So there's like a apocalypse scenario in the near future. It wipes out most of like everything, man. And there's the ones that go underground and survive, right? And then there's the ones that somehow stay on the surface and miraculously don't die.
In ancient comparative mythology and astral theology, the planet Saturn occupied a complex, dualistic position that frequently intersected with solar imagery, temporal authority, and supreme localized deities. While primarily recognized as a slow-moving celestial body associated with boundaries and structure, classical and Near Eastern traditions often blended Saturn with Helios. The Greek personification of the sun Helios is often depicted in art with a radiant crown and driving a horse-drawn chariot through the sky. He was a guardian of oaths and also the god of sight. Though Helios was a relatively minor deity in classical Greece, his worship grew more prominent in late antiquity thanks to his identification with several major solar divinities of the Roman period, particularly Apollo. Due to his position as the sun, he was believed to be an all-seeing witness, and thus was often invoked in oaths. He also played a significant part in ancient magic, spells, and astrological sorcery. Because of his dual nature as a solar witness and the primordial father of time, magical operations dedicated to Saturn required precise astrological timing. This connection, noted by historians like Diodorus Siculus, emerged because Neo-Babylonian astrologers viewed Saturn as the son of the night, a steady, luminous anchor that tracked the solar path through the underworld when the daytime sun had set. Was believed to be an all-seeing witness, peered into the darkness and exposed hidden secrets. Concurrently, Greek writers engaged in a linguistic and conceptual conflation between Cronus, the ancient Titan king and father of Zeus, and Kronos, the personification of linear time. Through this synthesis, Saturn evolved from a simple agricultural deity into the father of time. This solar temporal synthesis extended into the Western Mediterranean through the Interpretatio Romana, which systematically equated the Roman Saturn with the supreme Carthaginian deity, Baal Hammon. As the chief god of Carthage, Baal Hammon was a solar and agricultural deity heavily associated with fertility, vegetation, and weather. When Roman influence expanded into North Africa, scholars and theologians readily syncretized Baal Hammon with Saturn due to their shared attributes as mature, enthroned rulers of the cosmos who presided over agricultural abundance and time. Consequently, the cult of African Saturn became one of the most prominent religious movements in the region, preserving the solar majesty and absolute authority of Baal Hammon under a Roman mantle. Through these interconnected layers of antiquity, Saturn functioned not merely as a distant planet, but as an overarching symbol of cosmic order, bridging the nocturnal illumination of Helios, the temporal dominion of Kronos, and the supreme, life-giving authority of Baal Hammon. Throughout classical antiquity and into modern esoteric analysis, the history of the Jewish people has frequently been intersected by external observers and internal alternative traditions with the planetary symbolism of Saturn and the localized worship of ancient West Semitic deities like Baal. In his histories, the Roman historian Tacitus recorded a prominent Greco-Roman perspective of his era, noting that the Jewish practice of resting on the seventh day, the Sabbath, was performed in honor of Saturn, the deity governing the seventh planetary sphere. This association was reinforced linguistically in Hebrew astrology, where the planet Saturn is named 𝗧𝗿𝗶𝗁𝗍, sharing its etymological root with Shabbat. Beyond these Roman observations, biblical scholars point to passages such as Amos 5:26, which reproaches the Israelites for carrying Sikkuth your king and Kiyun your images, the star of your God, as evidence of early Near Eastern astral influences, given that Kiyun corresponds to the Akkadian Kayamanu, a designated name for the planet Saturn. Concurrently, the Hebrew Bible explicitly documents periods where factions of the ancient Israelites adopted the worship of Baal, the Canaanite storm and fertility god, alongside or in place of Yahweh. In modern esoteric and astrological thought, these historical overlaps have been synthesized into a persistent structural association between Jewish religious culture and Saturnian attributes, focusing on the preservation of law, cyclical time, and the observance of Saturday as the holy day. Within this framework of astral symbolism, the Seal of Solomon, conventionally recognized today as a six-pointed star or hexagram surrounded by a circle, is frequently interpreted in esoteric philosophy as a geometric representation of Saturn and its cosmic position. In ancient and medieval astrological schema, Saturn was categorized as the outermost, highest, and most restrictive of the seven traditional planets. When the seven classical celestial bodies are mapped onto the hexagram, the six outer points are assigned to the interior planets, the Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and the Sun, while Saturn, as the ultimate boundary and ruler of the system, occupies the central, stabilizing position. The surrounding circle represents the overarching perimeter of Saturn's orbit, which binds the classical cosmos. While modern astronomy has revealed the physical existence of Saturn's vast planetary ring system, esoteric traditions retrospectively view the combination of the central hexagram and its outer enclosing ring as an intuitive symbolic mirror to the planet's unique astronomical structure, capturing both its central authority and its encompassing boundaries.